Ladies and gentlemen, here we are with the round 4 roundup for ADV Revival 2, and I'm joined by famed Smash Bros. Commentator Zetz this time. How are you?
I'm great, Jim. How's it going?
It's going excellent. I took a look at the games myself this time, so I've got a bit of an idea of the insanity we're about to witness. I hope you will enjoy. Why don't we get right into it?
Let's dive in.
We got the whale. On turn 1. Is it? I almost thought it was about to take an explosion. That's me.
Alright, Smeargle gets a spike. And the Gengar comes in.
Jolt will thwart that, of course. What kind of team is this? Whale or Jolt? Some sort of weird special offense? We'll have to see. Zap gets a big entry.
Just chipping down the meta.
T-Wave on the Gengar's big. And a full para.
That's huge. And we're going to our own meta.
Okay, catching an explosion. But that's a big swing for Wailord Wednesday.
Yeah, Wailord Wednesday looking good right now. What does meta do? Just meteor mashing?
Just mashing. A little bit frightened to pull the trigger on explosion there. The whale is just
so healthy.
Yeah, this is a frightening Pokemon right now, to be honest. It's... The sub Swampet's a little unusual. Wonder sub Punch or something. Oh no, sorry. Didn't notice the
It'd be
lack
Endeavor
of
for it,
leftovers.
right?
It's just Endeavor. But the whale remains.
Surely Arrow can take this out. Opts for Earthquake. And no Levitating Mons left in the back, apparently. The Suicune comes in.
Looks like sub Arrow. Makes sense on a what looks to be a Smeargle Aggro Spikes thing. But gonna struggle against a full health Suicune after Wailord's absolute onslaught, defeating the majority of the team.
Yeah, we've seen Arrow do some crazy things, but they've got a lot of flinches ahead of them. Oh, okay, well, that's a good start. And the crit with the
nuts.
flinch.
What are you talking about? Okay.
Hold on.
Well, you should
Okay,
sack
Doug
you should
comes in.
sack Suicune at that point. Doug can at least, I don't know. Nah, Doug was dead anyway. That doesn't really matter. This is actually about
But
the
wins
same.
the speed tie.
Did get the speed tie. Oh, now you wish you had
T-Tar in the
Doug. You
back.
really wish you had Doug right now.
This is scary.
We can T-Wave.
T-Wave Lum, though? Yep.
You can T-Wave again.
Dragon Dance.
Because you're faster.
Yeah.
But-
Should still outspeed after 1.
I'm pretty sure Suicune is dead after it comes in on the spike. It takes 12. No, it's just surviving.
Wait.
On 1.
So
on
the
1%.
Suicune is going to need a crit.
No,
or
that
just
just
hit the
KOs. It's
Hydro Pump.
offensive Suicune, and it KOs. That
So
was the
true.
closest game ever.
That was wild. So back and forth. There were moments where I was sure one would win, and then the next moment, insanity continued.
Suicune, after taking a Rock Slide crit flinch, survives on 1% for the to close it out.
It doesn't get much closer than that.
Into the
What a
second
start.
showcase game between Hydreigon Latias versus 5 Dark Elves for the Raikou.
Lead
League.
Raikou. That's a scary prospect in a world where lead Doug is becoming increasingly common.
It's true. But got a good scenario here. Paralyzing the Tar, living Rock Slide, and that's an easy follow-up.
And here's the meta. Oh, just going for some Fire Blast. Huge chunking damage and...
But comes out in the wash anyway with a Choice Band Explosion. Suicune probably forced out, indeed. We go to the Celebi. What's in store? A simple leech.
Just clicking Leech.
Nothing crazy there. And you make my
We're revealing more about the
Earthquake
team.
with a Claydol. Getting Toxic is actually pretty large, but so is the Psychic crit and for the Leaf Seed chip.
Yeah. That could indicate that 5 Dark Elves is really wanting to eliminate the Zap. Willing to take an
Absolutely.
entire Toxic just to click Psychic once.
Might not have expected Toxic, but certainly wants to Zap out of the picture for Suicune.
And we're back. Is it going to be another Leech?
No, just a Psychic to take out the final sliver of HP. Jirachi is pretty well positioned against this toxic Celebi. Gonna Calm Mind
It will
up.
just be a Calm Mind.
But squeezes in a Leech Seed, that's pretty big. Probably stopping the Jirachi from going too crazy.
Keeping the Celebi around until its Jirachi last would be huge. To keep the prospect of that Leech Seed available.
Jirachi with a Leech Seed on it might still get through the remaining team here. Pretty big damage off HP Grass, but that being said, Suicune's ramping up, healing a bit. Does it live the second one? I think it probably does. Yes.
I think it should. Barely lives.
Gonna rest
and just
all the
opts
way
to
up.
rest. So with Leech, Rachi you just Calm Mind here a few times and
You can, yes.
and keep going. Could be Sleep Talk. Apparently not, or wanting to burn the Sleep Turn here.
Going for Psychic to do damage, perhaps a special drop chance as well. There's a 3-hit from here. Or 2-hit from here. Went for the Calm Mind, not the rest, so I think it's going to fall to another Psychic.
Yeah.
Bringing in Celebi. Must be some sort of coverage last. The Celebi's faster, which is noteworthy. Can recover, perhaps, or go back Suicune on... Ox Psychic was a good click there. Well, it might have KO'd anyway.
What's in the back? It's Crobat last. My goodness.
It's a Crobat.
What can this do?
HP ground. It's same speed as Arrow.
Oh my gosh, no
And-
way. So it's faster than Doug as well.
It is faster than Doug, and this Doug does
And
not
Aerial Ace
have
doesn't
Rock
get that.
Slide on it. It's of course beat up Doug with this team, so Crobat
Right.
is kind of random, but does the job in the end game here. It's cleaning up the final Pokemon.
That's awesome.
That's the first time I have seen Crobat do anything. That's a bad Pokemon.
I know, it's so sad because it's so fast, and its ability, like inner focus, avoiding being flinched, you outspeed everything. The design frustrates me because I've always loved Crobat as a Pokemon, like casually, but finally it shows up and it accomplishes things.
That's a first for ADV Revival, I think. I don't know if I've seen Crobat do anything in the past.
Neither have I.
Next game between I Like Eating Crayons and Smoking Rocks. With a Registeel lead right off the bat. And an Ice... I don't think I've
Whoa.
ever seen Ice
Lead
Punch.
Ice Punch?
It's a pretty interesting option on a lead, though, because you hit Mence lead, obviously.
Yeah,
Making
absolutely.
Sand... Mence doesn't quite die to the sand, but you're preventing chip heal. Alright.
Just maneuvering around, trying to find a way to eliminate the Salamence
It was
or
a
convince it
pretty
to
good
leave.
opener, but this Salamence on a sliver of health is a little bit annoying to get rid of. And in comes Fori, who looks well positioned. Gonna get a layer.
And Zap comes in. Maybe just thinking about a Thunderbolt, or could BP to try to get ahead of the Blissey. No, just Thunderbolt.
Just Thunderbolted, yes. Seems to be a team
And it's Poliwrath.
themed around continents, and of course Poliwrath hits the field. Good Parrot, though. That's no good. Doesn't have
Bit
Thief.
unfortunate.
Sometimes you see Thief on these, it doesn't have it this time.
Yeah. Huge, enormous Brick Break threatening the 2-kill,
That's
or
more
the
than-
2-hit on Blissey.
More than half. That's pretty nice. Double out to oh. Well, not a bad spot. Gonna go for the focus.
And it is Focus Punch. Can you get through?
Got
You do.
through. It lives after sand though.
70%. I would have expected more from that, Jim.
Must be bold, Blissey right there, to take such little from a Tyranitar punch. Claydol coming in on the
That's
Earthquake.
huge. That
But-
Blissey can stick around, at least, from the school of ABR. You would think that I Like Eating Crayons would have the advantage here.
It's gonna be hard to heal it up, but perhaps can engineer it somehow. Gonna just blow up on the Claydol there. No layers, no
Okay.
spikes. That's kind of bad.
No spikes whatsoever. Arrow positioned well. Where does Smoking Rocks go? Just going to eliminate, or will attempt to sacrifice the Poliwrath, but it tanks that. And it can take another hit here, Jim. What is it going to click?
It's not gonna
No, it
click
doesn't get an
anything.
opportunity.
It's gonna get flinched. Oh, it's
That's
one
sad.
more chance at life.
Misses a Rock Slide.
It's a big Hydro Pump. It
Hydro-
almost KOs though. Oh, Rocker is still alive. Missing another
Misses
one.
another one. Let's go.
And the wrath. His wrath knows no bounds.
That was epic.
That was. That was. It was kind of unfortunate for the Crayon gamer, though. We got a camel. We have a camel.
Smoking Rocks brought heat this game.
Okay, this is a good play, because you sack this for the Blissey heal. Blissey can now heal all the way back, and that's going to be big.
This is one of the only mons that... Oh, it accepts the wish as well.
Yeah. Gonna blow up with minus attack, and Blissey still living. But...
Living on a prayer this game.
Probably dead to the Thunderbolt.
Still gonna try to keep it around.
It was
Drill Peck likely would have gotten there.
I think T-Bolt was a better
right?
mid-ground click, but...
Right.
His tar come destroying that Drill Peck there, taking nothing.
It's Pursuit Tar last.
Whoa! He clicked Roar!
He did.
He clicked
He
Roar.
did click Roar.
And he got called the hell out for it. Well, how does that even... And then he got punched again. Stop! Oh, but he lived.
He did live. I guess this is fine. You just
this must be
here.
Defensive Jirachi. That didn't take... No, it's... Okay, now it all makes sense. It was Pursuit Tar with Punch last. So it's not attack invested. I see.
True.
That
makes a ton of sense.
Blissey lived. And that's why everything falls into place.
Well, who's supposed to win now?
Well, Blissey has to heal, which is a little bit hard to engineer. The guy could full para and then Blissey could heal.
Yeah.
Jirachi can 1v1 Registeel if it's healthy, I think. So
how much health does Blissey have?
Blissey has like 14 health. Yeah, 14 health.
Oh, yeah.
Brought very
That's
low
tough.
from that Camerupt explosion.
Just clicking Fire Punch. Maybe trying to deny a switch to Reggie or Zapdos.
I think he's just...
Because this T-Tar can't do much. You could fish for the special defense drops with Crunch.
That's what he's going for,
about all
yeah.
he got.
You don't even really want to click Fire Blast, because Jirachi will just stall you out. You could burn the Jirachi, though. But there's only 8 Fire Blasts to speak of. The special drop chance, I think, is more impactful.
Yeah, Crit Crunch also would have just
you're just getting
killed
through the guy. Okay.
Yeah, so you heal, and it's going to have to be all Blissey.
Didn't play around punch. Didn't attack that time and just gets punched and it's over. That's quite a game.
That was
Smoking
awesome.
Rocks going pretty crazy with this punch Pursuit Tar.
Well engineered. I love the way that they piloted the T-Tar at the end, forcing that 50-50 with the focus punch on the soft boiled. Very well done.
It could have been a different game of Crayon, just Seismic Touch there. Blissey could possibly 1v1 everything. I don't know what the hell the Registeel had, but it's only on 39%.
Right.
Blissey could solo everything, potentially. Although Zap Drill Peck is a little bit tough. Let's get into the next game between Weelink 100 and Asbolus Veracossus, and this is already crazy. Alakazam Machamp lead into a Houndoom turn 2.
This is like a UUBL match right now.
This absolutely is. You're right about that. And
all right.
Eliminated. Gengar comes in on the Doom. Not even gonna...
And can't finish it off.
It's
going
crazy.
For Fire Blast.
Crazy that Gengar chooses to go in on Houndoom. That's usually the opposite.
Yeah, that was strange. I guess maybe it didn't have Crunch. I mean, they would never bring the Gengar in if they're planning on immediately pivoting back out, I would suppose. Missing
Seismic
the
Toss on the Maldo is pretty good.
Armaldo of all things.
You going to bet on Skarm? I would have gone to bet on the low health Gengar there. Skarm's pretty valuable, but that's okay, I guess. Gengar is just going to blow up on Machamp. That's wise.
Okay.
That's pretty good. Blow up to the sand.
Bring in the
follow-up.
sand.
There
Nice.
it is.
Well done.
Breloom didn't come in, even though it had a pretty good spot there. Starmie came in. But Starmie's very threatening too.
Yeah, Starmie is well positioned. Just clicking Ice Beam. Earthquake on the Swampert is probably what you need in this spot.
Another Earthquake, and this is dead. Oh no, never mind. It has Recover. Recover. Looks like Recover 3 attacks Starmie. A cool set.
Doesn't want to loop that for too long. We get the Mensin on the Earthquake. And what kind of Salamence would you expect here, Jim?
It's suggesting HP Grass, so I don't know if Swampert will respect that. Doesn't. Literally doesn't. Could have died right there. That was a bold say. But based on the exit, maybe it wasn't even... It was just a bluff. It could be a physical Salamence.
Could be. And now Snorlax is going for everything. Now just going to get out of the way of
Armaldo
the
is famously
Harden.
fantastic against Snorlax. And yes, Harden can 1v1 Curselax. Because you have battle armor, you can't be crit. You just match their defense, and then you just Seismic Toss and knock off.
That's so true. This Pokemon was like designed to counter Snorlax.
It's maybe the hardest counter to Snorlax in the game.
All right, are we going to see Ments? Yeah, it is physical Ments going for some DDs.
It is.
And
DD Mega Doodoo. Rock Slide.
You're going to have to get through the Hardens.
You can't crit through either. That's the thing about Armaldo. You can't crit this guy. Harden Armaldo might be carrying.
This is insane. Well, what is it going to... Like, it has to threaten the Ments somehow, right? Like, does it just click
dying to
Rock Slide
sand
itself?
slowly and Seismic Toss. It's got no leftovers on anymore. The slides could flinch, but they can't crit. It's almost gone. It's almost gone.
This is insane. I've never seen this before.
This is pretty cool. You don't
he goes
usually
for
see
another
Armaldo on a team like this, but yeah, another. Maybe you shouldn't have done that. No, never mind. You went for the big rest. You went for the big rest.
It's Rest Armaldo. Crazy. And they don't have any phasing left. Opts to exit on the Starmie.
This Starmie is still pretty scary, but...
Doesn't want to take an Earthquake.
As Boculus Veroculus is running out of options. But Armaldo is a perfect thing to have. Armaldo can even just stay here and pass the turns, because a +2 Snorlax is still not threatening it. Burning that Sleep Tone's huge. Snorlax is not breaking
and getting
through
a
this.
single knockoff on the Snorlax is devastating.
Bringing in Skarm, I guess just sacking. Maybe that's unwise though. Let's Breloom do another Spore. I don't know if you want to do that. But
Yeah,
what else do you have for
trying
this Starmie as well? Wake Up Toxic is pretty good.
Okay, that's something.
It happened. I was lucky a little bit.
Do you ever protect Chip Heal? I mean, he does go for it. The Skarm's so low. It's going to be tough to get more value out of it, but they're going to try.
Bringing in Swampert, which probably also has Protect. To stall a bit more. If they'd... I would probably bring in Breloom there. Oh, but Snorlax comes in instead.
And Swampert outspeeds, threatens Earthquake. Breloom comes in to take it.
Breloom's in. It's going to get a bit sand-chipped as well. Tried to tank Sleep on Skarmory, but nice Sky Uppercut, to be honest. Now...
That was a great click, and now you can just click Spore here.
You can, yes. This Breloom... Oh, wow, good move. Good move. Focus Punch. That was a great move.
Yeah. This was looking really nice for Willink earlier, but I fear they're running out of steam.
The Breloom is so scary, but it's almost dead to sand. It's slowly but surely going down, but gets the Spore, and there's a punch to follow.
Is Armaldo still asleep?
You should punch there for sure, shouldn't you? Armaldo takes it a lot from it too.
I would have thought so, Jim. But they're going for the win with the Starmie instead.
The
Wake Up
Starmie-
Earthquake could have killed.
It could miss Hydro Pump here.
Wake Up Protect. Nice. I like that decision.
Yeah, of course you got to chip heal up.
Going to the Lax. Sacking the Snorlax on the Earthquake. Bringing in the Breloom back in.
Interesting. Now, the Breloom is just so low from the sand chip, though. Goes for the punch that
Armaldo
time.
Comes.
This is what he was worried about the whole time, was the Armaldo coming in on Spore.
Right.
Punch again.
You sack this, you protect with Swampert.
But the thing is, the Breloom is now gone to the sand.
Right, right. And Swampert can 1v1 the Starmie.
Yes, Starmie is only doing like 42 from Hydro. And it's going to fall to Earthquake eventually. Unless it stalls them all. No, it's doing more than half. So
Yeah,
that
this is
won't
gonna
work.
be tough.
Needs an Ice Beam Freeze. He should go for that right now. Because an Earthquake crit could end it. So he's... The only chance is an Ice Beam Freeze, which you just go for now, in my opinion. It's the only option.
I guess Hydro Crit can also get there, right? Well,
Yeah.
maybe it could have. I don't know if it can anymore.
Actually, not anymore. Swampert chip healed out of range, but the Earthquake crit happens.
That was crazy.
That was
what brings by both these guys.
That was like an insane game. I mean, crazy teams and pretty back and forth. I mean, Weelink was going nuts with the Armaldo. And then that Breloom was looking frightening. I think you should have punched with the Breloom when you could have. That was massive damage on the Swampert. Probably enough to put it in Hydro range and maybe just win the game on the spot right there. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. I think switching to Starmie there.
I don't know if I'm missing something.
I don't see the vision. True.
I could be missing something important.
That was a wild game.
An entertaining watch regardless. And the final game here for round 4 roundup. BR Stelly versus Svedsk 97. Got a Venu lead. In a pretty good spot here with a sleep possibility.
Celebi comes in to tank that rather easily. The question is like, now what, right? Celebi can exit at any time. Skarm comes in.
Indeed. It's a mag. HP ground. It's in power ground, getting some value. That's actually a pretty nice spot now. You get the layer. Oh, it's Gardevoir.
Boy.
It's Gardevoir. Going into Tyranitar.
We've seen this Pokemon. What is it going to do here, Jim? This isn't what I think it could be.
It's Fire Blast, but it's not Crunch, I guess. It's not Crunch, I suppose.
Or maybe just doubling out, thinking surely the Gardevoir wouldn't stay in. It's Trapinch.
It's the Trapinch.
What?
It's Trapinch, folks. He's trapping the Celebi. It's gone.
Oh my goodness! What?
It's gone.
I forgot that it has Arena Trap.
It's got Arena Trap. It's got Arena Trap. But it only has like 30 speed, so you got to power the guy. But it did awesome. He did it, folks.
That's so beautiful.
I take a Trapinch, you take a Trap Mile. It's a tale as old as time. That's what they always say.
This is the greatest Pokemon format on the planet.
Trapinch value.
He's just a little guy.
It's Trapinch value. Getting even more layers.
Getting more spikes.
That's going to put even more things into Trapinch range. That Scum has taken so much from a simple Ice Beam. That's YOLO Scum for you. No bulk whatsoever.
Alright, so what else can this thing do besides click Thunderwave?
Memento into Trapinch? I don't know. Just Psychic? Just a Psychic. But there was pretty good damage on Swampert though. Venusaur's forcing it out. Swampert's deceased now.
Huge Giga Drain.
It's gone.
Maybe trying to stack Sleep there. That's a well-positioned Venusaur in a tough spot for BR Stelly.
Bringing in Scum. Nice double to Tough, threatening the Blast right now. But HP Ground actually doing pretty good damage.
But Trapinch just comes in. Well, I guess it gets outsped and...
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
As if you didn't bulk Trapinch for that. No, I don't know that... I did run Trapinch once as like a second Doug, and you can live Tar Earthquake, I think. But I don't know if you can live Tar Ice Beam. I'm not actually sure.
Let us know in the comments below, everybody, once you do the calculations at home.
But Trapinch has done enough. Absolutely.
And we have some additional commentary from Shved97 in the chat. I don't know why I think Trapinch would have outsped Tar, so... At least we understand the thought process now, and the Suicune takes them to victory. What?
It didn't matter,
what
did
a bring.
It? Because Trapinch created the golden path for the rest of the team to follow, and that's just beautiful. They're calling him Muad'Dib.
I'm completely speechless. That was beautiful. That was a revelation.
That was outstanding. Thank you, Trapinch Gamer, for the show, the dude himself, and thank you to all the ADV Revival 2 donors, of course. Your support means the world. Thank you to Zets for joining me today.
Totally. Thanks for having me, Jim. Thanks to everybody who watches these. We've got more videos coming, so stay tuned and we'll see you next time.
Thank you, folks.